Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mbadiŋolu mbaalu be kontonna momandin to na kontona momandin ka sirifo sirimanda juube be kontonna ito ani kontona bi fana nata janne pour ka video do playale pour ka lamoy ñin sekola aka mem fo video ñin kono komi ali yalo ñami mbi janne ka ñoo sundi dinola ka ñoo fandi dinola ka ñoo londi dinola ka lon ko kuwo men bita kan dino kono so ali ngal lamoy ñin video la.
We require a little bit of correction here and there in our own lives, a little bit of strength to do the right thing. My brothers and sisters, you know where you need adjustment in order to become a better version of yourself. Let today be the day. Let today be the day. May Allah help us to change and do the right things. There is a woman online, I forget her name, non-Muslim. She's still not a Muslim. Allah will bring her. Ameen. She is a magician, according to her. What does she do? Black magic. And all sorts of casting of spells and so on for people. I want to tell you, it is prohibited as a believer to cast a spell. Man sahara faqad ashrak. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, says whoever casts a spell has associated partners with Allah. They've engaged in the highest possible sin. That's it. You're not allowed to do that. Another thing, if you go to someone to do that for you, it's the same thing. A lot of people go nowadays to, what do they call him? Bomo. Wow. These bomos will bomo your whole life. And the first thing they bomb is your iman. It is bombed. Don't. By you going to them, you lost your faith. Remember, you have to repeat your shahada. Wallahi, it's not a joke. من أتى عرافا أو كاهنا فصدقه بما أخبر فقد كفر على بما أنزل على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Whoever goes to a soothsayer, fortune teller, etc., etc., those people who do this type of thing, believes them regarding what they are saying, has disbelieved in what Muhammad, peace be upon him, brought. Disbelief. So you've been there, say your shahada again. Start afresh. Don't ever have the urge to go and cast a spell, to go to someone, or to cast a spell yourself, or to learn about it, Harry Potter, or whatever else it may be. You're a believer. This lady was asked a question, and the interview is online. It's on YouTube. You can go and search it. Is there ever people you try to cast a spell on and you can't? It's difficult. She said, yes, there is. Tell us about it. She says, the Muslims who pray 5 times a day. And this is a non-Muslim. What did she say? She said, the Muslims who are steadfast, it's as though they have a dome of protection around them. Wallahi, these are her words. When I heard it, I said, subhanallah, I forwarded that message, that video to so many people. Here's a lady sitting in an interview telling the interviewer about how she casts spells, and it's a long interview, 1.5 hours, I think, and inside there's a 5 minutes where she speaks about this question. Is there ever a time when you can't really do this, you can't cast a spell? She said, yes, those who believe. Why? She said, you know what? The Muslims, they pray so many times a day, there's actually like a dome around them. She calls it the agrigo. The agrigo is very, very high. You can't really hit them. What happened? It's Ayatul Kursi, my brothers, my sisters. I believe in Allah. It's Ayatul Kursi. And it's the Mu'awwidat, the last few surahs of the Quran. Are we not taught to read it in the morning and the evening? The disbelievers are bearing witness. Where are we? May Allah protect all of us. We have a few problems in society. I already mentioned about magic and going to people and casting spells. But there is another bigger problem. What is the bigger problem? Accusing innocent people of witchcraft. That's a massive problem also. Something happened, you said, no, but this person did. No. Don't accuse someone without proper evidence, because shaitan is just telling you, it's that person. It's that person. It's that person. in order to break relations with innocent people. They are not the guilty ones. Mostly they are innocent. May Allah Almighty protect us all.
Possession of a person's mind.
Does it mean that it's more difficult to influence a person if he keeps his thoughts in purity?
Yes, absolutely. When faced with various religions, it is very difficult to influence Muslims. They are in a constant connection with the egregore. They do namaz every day and read prayers on a daily basis. They are constantly under some kind of a dome, so it is very difficult to influence them. When you start impacting a person, he begins to address in a prayer. Indeed, many of them are very different from those who come to church only when everything is bad in their life. They come to pray, and then for 5 years they forget about God, some canons, and so on. Muslims, as a rule, passionately believe and passionately give energy to their egregore. And this egregore protects them very well. That's why it is very difficult to work to make any kind of influence on a true Muslim believer.
Is this some kind of a good egregore?
Well, for them, yes. This egregore is good for adepts who contribute good energy to it.
How do you sense it? For instance, you have found an energy trace of such person. What's next? Do you try to drag him somehow to visualize this threat and you fail? Or how do you do that?
It disappears. I cannot get a grip on it. I focus on it, but something immediately knocks me out of the flow, just like that. Or I visualize a person in front of me clearly and can affect him even at a mental level, but some image is not created in my mind at all. I even look at a photo, reproduce an image, but it vanishes from my mind. Thus, I can clearly see that a person is covered with something.
Does this only work with Muslims?
It does for me.